Hi, this is Professor Fernandez. So let's talk about class notes A in lesson 5. In this example, we want to find the real and imaginary parts of the roots to the quadratic equation, this one. All right, so first thing we want to do is we want to actually solve this to find the roots, and then we will extract the real and imaginary ones. So I'm going to do that by just using the quadratic formula, partly to remind you what that is, but also to illustrate, how we extract the real and imaginary parts of the roots from this. So this here is my B, this is my C, and then A, you can't see it, A equals 1. So we'll do negative B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. And then we'll simplify here. So minus 2 plus or minus the square root of 4 minus 8 all over 2. And that 4 minus 8 is negative 4 all over 2. And then here's where we're going to start simplifying to the complex numbers. So square root of negative 4 is the square root of negative 1 times the square root of 4, all divided by 2. And that negative 1 square root is the I complex number that we're working with. And then square root of 4 is 2. Okay, so now I can divide everything by 2. So these 2's go away, these 2's go away. So I'm left with negative 1 plus or minus I. Okay, so the two roots for this particular problem are R1 equals negative 1 plus I, and R2 is negative 1 minus I. So if I go back to the point of the problem, it said find the real and imaginary parts of the roots to this equation. Great. So comparing what I got to the definition where real and imaginary showed up, let me scroll up there so we can remind ourselves of that. So here's the definition. So a complex number which has the form something plus I times something else, where the alpha and beta are real numbers, is a complex number. Alpha is the real part of Z, and beta is the imaginary part of Z. Okay, so to pick those out, we need to go back to the complex number, and we need to figure out what part of these is just a real number, what part of these is multiplied by I. So this part here for R1, this is the real part of R1. It does not involve any imaginary numbers. Same thing for this here for R2. This is the real part of R2. And then we're talking about the, let's put it in black here, the imaginary part. That is whatever real number is multiplying I. So real parts of imaginary parts, imaginary of R1 equals 1. And then over here, the imaginary part of R2 equals negative 1. And that's it.